In order to work on a project and use equipment in any of the fabrication labs, you must complete a risk assessment. I'm going to cover the risk assessment procedure. So go to this web address, creativearts.qub.siso.co, and you should be able to log in. You will have received an email. I believe your username is your student ID number or staff ID number, and your password will have come in the email, and you could go ahead and change your password too under accounts. So for risk assessment, go ahead and go to the risk assessment area, and you can fill it out online. And we'll just go ahead and do this. And you might, for just basic soldering activity, you'll do something very similar to this. So this is and use. Okay. Something like that. Really, you're meant to have a separate risk assessment per project, but this should kind of cover most of what we'll do in class. Other students might be a little bit different. Go ahead and pick a date. We'll just make it today. It's fine. And add a detailed description of your activity. Building basic circuits. And sensors with some light, SLD, and use of hand tools. Okay, and then so we've described activity. Okay, and then people at risk. So that's me, additional persons. Probably just yourself is concerned, equipment being used. So, oops. I guess we have to add equipment. You can't just type stuff in. Okay. We'll just put because we're not actually owned by me. Well, we'll go ahead and put like soldering iron. And we'll just say owned by me. Maybe basic hand tools. And we'll just add some things like heat gun and perhaps glue gun. That pretty much covers it. Okay. So then we'll go location, and we'll say you can add a location, and we'll just say the G floor, make lab. Okay. Emergency procedures. Oh. The orientation that you had to do for this class, you'll find this this safety protocols document, the policy. And so the first data you can put in, which should be Kirk, our safety officer. So we'll go ahead and do that. First data name, Kirk Shaladay. Okay, and contact details, we'll say T4897. Hospital is a city hospital. And the contact is, that's the phone number there. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. And then the local police station. This is the PSNI on the Lisbon Road. And the contact details are here. And this might be in your documents as well. No, I guess that's not there. Okay. All right. Well, there's that. And then also you can add the Queen security here. You can say 2222 for QUB emergency. Okay. All right. I think that should do it there. And then list of potential risks or activities. You can choose from some. Oops. Let me get rid of this. So we can do that. Remove. Okay, so you can choose from a list of different activities. I think the only one applicable, they have some pretty intense activities here using radiation. We won't be doing that. Weapons, extreme physical exertion. So really the only one that has any applicability is this hand tools one. So let's go ahead and click the plus to add that, and then we can finish there. So intended date of activity. I don't know if it lets you go on without it. I'm just going to put in a date today, for example. And groups at risk, really just yourself, right? So students, potential outcome, minimal, likelihood, unlikely. And then this is a control measure, residual risk, tolerable risk. Okay. And then it has some additional things to do. Okay. And let's go ahead and add soldering to, we'll just make that today. I'm not sure. Usually you get a range. And you can say and incidents, potential outcome, minimal, likelihood of incident, unlikely, and a control measure. We're going to use appropriate solder stations, fume hood, safety glasses, and SOLDRNG mats, stuff like that. Okay, and then it'll be a tolerable risk. And what else did I mention? I mentioned doing some soldering, basic tools. Okay. And then we'll add an activity, and we'll call it heat tools, gun, and heat gun. Done. Students, that's a minimal, unlikely, just US use CARE care when handling hot devices. Room to work. Okay. Have DSIG to PLACE tool. Why they are still hot, something like that. Okay, so I think that should cover it pretty good, and then we'll just say it's a tolerable risk there. Okay, so that should cover most really activities that are to be done. And then let's see, there's upload documents. No, we don't have any documents to upload, and then you just go approval and save. And you can just request that from me, Justin Yang. Okay. And then, if you hit save, you agree to the terms and conditions above. Save and request approval. Okay. So there you go, and then I'll get an email. So before you start any training, you will have to complete this risk assessment. Start any training. Before you start any work in the lab, please do complete this risk assessment. Okay, and then the final thing that you'll need to do is when you go to the training, you're going to go ahead and download that risk assessment stub there. That kind of went quickly. This one here. And then we'll open that up. And then print that out. And then, or you can type your name. Soldering. Use of hand tools. And use of HEAD tool, glue gun, and heat gun. And then here you get a start date, end date, so you can just maybe beginning of term, end of term. So we'll just put today 20 OCT 2015, and then it wants a start end date. Oh well. And then so it depends on whether you're a one semester or year long. You can put, I don't know, 31 Jan 2016 for the semester, and then maybe, I guess, June or something. I don't know the exact end dates of the term. And then, print that out, sign it, and then I'll sign it. And we'll just have this posted in the lab so that people can see what you're up to. Okay. All right, so that'll do it for the risk assessment. Go ahead and fill that out, and then you can start using the lab.